everyone, it's Angela Dahlgren. Welcome to another Facebook Live, and this is not a Harry Potter Facebook Live. This is a Disney one. I'm happy to get back to my roots. It's been a while. So if you are joining me, please tell me where you are from, and tell me what your weekend plans are, because we haven't done that game in a while. Tell me where you're from and tell me what your weekend plans are. I am going to join the comments from my computer once that pops up, and so then I can see them from my computer and see what you're saying, and then I don't have to keep looking and scrolling on my phone, because chances are my phone will flip over and then where will we be? Also, if you listen to our podcast, you will notice in future episodes that my voice will sound a lot clearer. That's because I got a new microphone. If you've listened to our podcast in the past, I sound like I'm a 1950s broadcaster. It's because, as I found out, my mic is not compatible with my MacBook Pro. So I got a new microphone. It sounds crystal clear, and it should sound great for the next episodes. So look out for that coming up. I'm very happy with that, so I just wanted to share. Hello, David. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Kim Sang and Paula and Kelly and Lori and Amy. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to tell me where you're joining from and what you're doing this weekend. I leave for vacation tomorrow, and I just posted on Twitter, which is at Angela Dahlgren. Very easy. I leave for vacation, and I'm kind of at that point where I'm in denial that I'm even going. You know, it's just been so crazy. Everyone in my family has been sick, and then I got sick, so I haven't even thought about it. Hello, Zenobia. Thank you for joining. So today, Brian was supposed to join me, and like 3 minutes ago, he said that the school called and his daughter is sick. So he's gonna pick her up, and he may join in the next half hour. He may not. We'll just kind of play that by ear and see how it goes. So we're going to talk a little about the news. I'm going to answer your questions that you asked me this morning, and hopefully I can answer some of your questions that you ask here. Zenobia said that she's from San Antonio, Texas, and she's celebrating her birthday this weekend. Happy birthday, Zenobia. Let's see. Lori said going to Epcot tomorrow. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go to Epcot. I will be going in July, so I can't whine too much, but that's very exciting. What ride are you going to go on? What's your favorite attraction that you're going to go on tomorrow? Let me know. And Amy is from Myerstown, and she's going to a yard sale. Oh my gosh, my dad would for sure be joining you. He's big on estate sales, yard sales, garage sales. He loves like American Pickers. Do you guys like that show? He's all about picking. That's like his jam. Hello, Beth. Pamela loves y'all. Well, we love when you join us too. It's our favorite thing, interacting with you guys. It's the best part of my job for sure, is meeting you guys when you come up to me at the parks, interacting with you guys here. I have a lot of energy today. I'm just really excited to talk to you. It's very fun for me. I need to expand because I can't see all of your comments here. John is from the UK. Your touring plans have been a lifesaver on our last 3 trips, and we're already using it for our 2019 trip. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, that's what we create our tools for, is to make your trip planning easier. And I know that I have used it, especially our reservation finder for our dining reservations. I have used that over and over and over. And I know that it may come off as me being biased or that sounding like a plug, but I cannot recommend it enough. It has come in handy for every single trip that I've planned, our reservation finder. I can link that after this live feed in case you're wondering what that is or how to use it. I'll put the link for that below. Hello, Sarah. Lori wants to see the flowers at Epcot. They are so beautiful. I have a video kind of overviewing the Flower and Garden Festival, and also trying out a few of the dishes that I put up on our YouTube page if you don't know about that. And the topiaries are so pretty. The butterfly garden is beautiful. The Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez area is very, very cool. So if you've not experienced the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, it's awesome. It's just beautiful. I always seem to go the February, like right before it. So everything's kind of almost done, or I'm always there like a couple days before it starts. So this was the first year that I'd actually been there for it, and it was very, very exciting. Let's see. Oh, and also, if you're joining us from YouTube later on, we always post this to YouTube after the fact. Hello, thank you for joining us. Oh man, the comments are coming in. Pamela's going end of June. I'm just gonna miss you. I'm going like 2 days after you leave. By the way, yeah, I'll be at Walt Disney World July 1st to the 4th. So I will be tweeting my whereabouts. So if you see me, please come and say hello. I will also be at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter for the very first time. So if you're gonna be there, come and say hi to me there as well. Tracy's going for Halloween, which is very exciting. I hope you love it. I love going for Halloween. It's very fun. The first time we went, it was raining, so it kind of added to that spooky element. It was, yeah, like I said, it was very spooky. It was kind of rainy and cold, which is kind of a bummer, but I would definitely like to try it again with better weather before I decide if I like that better or the Christmas party better. You know, I feel like it was a little skewed. And once I look through a few more of your comments, I'll answer some questions. I just like to interact with you guys first, and then we'll get to the questions. Janet says, we'll be in Walt Disney World in July too, traveling from the UK and busy with our touring plans. Ooh, where about in the UK? I studied in Winchester for 4 months back in 2010. And I got to travel a little bit around England, and we went to Ireland as well while I was there. Oh, another friend from the UK, Ryan, using TouringPlans for November. I will also be there in November, end of November. And I'm glad that you're finding our information helpful as well. Kathy from North Carolina, you'll be at Universal and Disney in June, so you kind of have the same idea that I do. And Jason is going for the grand opening of Toy Story Land. I'll be there the day after, Jason, so I'll just miss you. And Kelly's going to the first Christmas party this year, December 2nd. I will be there, I think, the week before that. I was going to go December 2nd, and then I decided to go the week before. I forgot why. I don't know why. It's just how it worked out. But I'm also going to be doing a resort tour to kind of see what the resorts look like, the decorations look like during the holidays. So if that's something that you guys think you'd want videos on, just kind of an overview of the resort decorations, for me to kind of do a vlog of that, give me a thumbs up right now. Yeah, do the blue thumbs up right now so I can see if you'd like that, like a resort decoration tour. If not, you know, just don't. Because I like to do my ideas based on what you want to see. Otherwise, I'm not going to make them. Jimmy's going to be in Disney May 26th through June 2nd, so that's a pretty good amount of time. Becky, how do I find the reservation finder? Is it in the app? Just type in on Google TouringPlans reservation finder. Otherwise, I will, like I said, I'll provide the link below after this stream. And you'll also be in Orlando in July like I will. It's a very hot time of year to go, but my friends from the UK will be there then, so I definitely wanted to be there when they are, and I'm bringing a friend from St. Louis with me, and she hasn't been to Disney. Either she's never been or she went when she was a little girl, so a lot has changed since then. So I'm going with a bunch of people who have not been there in a long time. It's going to be very exciting. I'm introducing them to all of this. It's going to be so fun. And Farah, I met Farah on my work trip in February, and I met her family and her husband and her 2 kids. It was very, very nice to meet you, Farah. And her next trip is October 26th. Becky loves the podcast, and she's happy she caught us live too. And Kelly pulled over her car while driving to snag a reservation using our reservation finder. So since a few people have brought that up, I'm going to talk about that for a minute so you guys can kind of, those who don't know about it can learn what it is. So we have a dining reservation finder. And what it is, you know, when you're 180 days out and you can make your reservations for your meals, you know, you have to get up really early to get those hard to get reservations. You know, whether it be Cinderella's Royal Table or whatever. And you're getting up at like 5 a.m. to be there, you know, for Orlando time, whatever. So what our dining reservation finder does is it allows you to plug in the restaurant you want and how many people, so 4 people, and the time. And it will automatically search for those reservations for you, you know, however many times a day. And when it finds the reservation for you, it will text and or email you. that reservation, and then it's your job to book it. So what will happen for me is I'll like be tucking my child in for bed, and then I'll get a text and I'll get an email and it'll say, we found a reservation for Be Our Guest. And so I'll be like kissing my son goodnight, and then I'll have to like click on the link that it gives you and automatically book the reservation. Like I said, I've had a lot of good luck with it. I don't know how good my description of like how it works was, but that's the gist of it. And I've made like with days, if not like a week or two notice, I've gotten Chef Mickey's, Cinderella's Royal Table, Be Our Guest, Coral Reef. I've gotten all these reservations like a week ahead of time, if not days ahead of time, for the exact time that I've wanted, for the party number that I've wanted, for these restaurants. Crystal Palace, Hollywood and Vine, so it really does work, and a lot of you have said how well it's worked for you as well. So like I said, I'll include that link after this stream, and if it has worked for you, please let us know. Because, you're hearing from me, but I'm a TouringPlans employee, so if it has worked for you, please let us know so other people can see that as well. All right, scrolling back for the comments. Let's see. Yeah, Amy has said that it's helpful. And Jimmy said, TouringPlans is a great partner, friend, and sponsor of the Disney Nerds podcast. It's a great resource, and we appreciate the partnership. I'm glad that you're enjoying our sponsorship. And yeah, check that out, the Disney Nerds podcast. Please do. Oh man, the comments, they scrolled down again. I'm sorry, that was a bad segue, but I lost it. Jason, have you recorded with your new mic yet? Wondering about your thoughts on it. I did. I recorded a voiceover last night because in case you're joining late, I leave for vacation tomorrow and I'm going to edit on the plane. So I recorded the voiceover portion last night. Spoiler, I'm doing a resort overview next week. That's the video you're going to see. And it sounds beautiful. What I will say is that it picks up everything. Like my daughter was whimpering before bed because she didn't want to go to bed, like typical toddler. And it was picking that up, and I had my door closed, and it would still pick that up. So it's a very touchy microphone, but that's a good thing. And it has different settings. I'm like going all techie nerd on you. I'm sorry, you guys aren't here for that. But yes, bottom line is I've used the mic. I really like it. I'm sorry, you guys are going to click off because I'm rambling about a microphone, but it's very exciting for me. Gotta love technology. Roberto said, hello, as one of the few Brazilians from Vacation Club, I go 2 times a year for the past 8 years. I keep seeing the place getting more crowded all the time. What in the past was an 8 now is more like a 5. Do you perceive that as well? We find that we've talked about that. Our stats people have talked about that. We've had Fred Hazelton on our podcast. It's the TouringPlans podcast, for those of you who don't know about that. And we've had him on to talk about things like that. And we're actually going to have him on again to talk about Toy Story Land before it opens. So once we record that episode, we'll post it and let you know. And that's kind of how it's going, is that because of, all of these new lands that are opening and different changes within Disney, we're finding that the crowd levels, we're having to adjust them because Disney's just changed and more people are coming. So that is definitely the case. So, yeah, we perceive that as well. We agree with you. And we do have articles that have stated that as well. I will try to find those articles for you, Roberto, and post them in this stream. And then if you're watching on YouTube, I will try to post that in the description box as well. Because I can't speak as accurately as our statisticians can, because I just don't know that side of it as well. Amy's going May 2019 for the first time in over 25 years. Oh my gosh, Amy, your mind will be blown. It'll be very exciting for you. And Holly is planning her 10-year anniversary trip next year. Want to do Universal, but are debating oh my gosh, I'm getting excited, and I talk fast when I get excited. Slow it down, Angela, slow it down. We are definitely doing Universal, but want to add a couple days at Disney without the kids. You're debating whether you should do that. What do you recommend? Split stay at both resorts or stay at one or the other and commute? What would you guys do? If you were doing Universal and Disney, would you just stay at one resort or would you do a split stay? I mean, it depends. Are you renting a car? Because if you're not renting a car, then maybe you want to do the first part at Universal and then go to a Disney resort and take the Magical Express home. You know, if you are renting a car, then just stay at one resort and then take your car back and forth. So there's an option for you there, but I definitely want to see what you guys think because, you know, I'm one person, I'm one opinion, and I'm someone who loves to see different advice and hear different advice. So please help her out, and we will go from there. But that is just my 2 cents, 10 cents, 2 cents. All right, so help Holly out. And Nancy's thinking about arriving at Disney on Thanksgiving Day and staying for 5 days. Do you think it's manageable? That's a manageable amount of time to go, or will it be insane? You know, I would really just check the crowd calendar and see. I think that 5 days, I've done Disney several times over 5 days. And what I will say is that Disney in 5 days gets tiring because personally for me, I feel the need to go the whole time because I want to do all the parks and Disney Springs. And that's like me personally, you know, I don't build any resting time in there because I want to see everything. My husband wants to take the breaks. He wants to, you know, relax by the pool, and he wants to, you know, have drinks at a lounge, and he wants to relax on vacation. But because I'm at Disney, I just want to do everything. So that's why I think, you know, 7 days is a good amount of time to do both, where 5 days is more like, for me, I just feel like I have to go the whole time. But then again, that's my opinion, you know, and that's the beauty of doing a Facebook Live like this, is because there's so many different people who can tell you what they think. But that's just how I feel. And then Thanksgiving, you know, it may be a little busier, because more people have time off. So yeah, you may not get to do as much, but that's why we suggest, you know, putting together a touring plan, because then you will get to do the things that you want to do, because that will be in your plan. And make sure that, you know, you kind of like optimize it and recheck it the week before to make sure that it, you know, factors in if anything's being refurbished or shut down, or, you know, that everything's up to date. Yeah. I'm not ending my questions in a good way. I'm just ending it with yeah, or okay, or, you know, I'm working on it, you guys. I'd be like a great interviewer, wouldn't I? All right. Oh, and you guys are liking the reservation finder, so I'm glad to see that. And Amy is saying what I did say, so thank you for pointing that out again, Amy, that the reservation finder does not book the reservation for you. You do have to book it yourself, so thank you for saying that again. If you don't get to it quick enough, someone else will get to it. So that's why as soon as you get that email, as soon as you get that text, really jump on it. You almost like someone said, they have to pull over and book it once you get the text, because they are grabbed very quickly. All right. Oh, and Jimmy wanted to know which mic I got. I got the Blue Yeti, and it's a very good one. I'm like super happy with it. Very, very happy. And Chris is going to Disney in February 2019, thinking about doing a post-arrival dinner at Disney Springs. Any good restaurant recommendations for both adults and kids? Any new restaurants to open there? Oh man. Gosh, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't spend a lot of time eating at Disney Springs. And I think it's because my kids just aren't old enough to spend a lot of time there. You know, it's just not super exciting for them. You know, Disney Springs, we tend to do like a few hours there, and then we come back for like nap time. You know, so we'll do like the stores and the toy shops or the candy stores, and then we'll come back. Or maybe we'll eat at Olivia's at Old Key West. We have done the Rainforest Cafe, but there's a Rainforest Cafe around, you know, the United States, you know, so that's not something I'd recommend necessarily doing at Disney, because you'll find that other places. So again, I will once again defer to you lovely people to answer that question. A lot of people really like T-Rex because of the dinosaurs, but I know reservations are really hard to get, but I hear it's awesome, and I do eventually want to eat there. I personally really want to do Jack Lindsay's and do like the hangar. I really want to try that out. Holly mentioned Homecoming, and my parents ate at, what is it, the Boathouse, right? and they loved it. They loved the boathouse. They thought it was so delicious, so good. So that's another one. Candace said Raglan Road. I have also eaten there, and that's very entertaining. I really like that. Oh, and Candace even said good food and entertainment. My daughter danced on stage. Yeah, and that's pretty quick as well. Oh gosh, I haven't eaten there in so long. Now I got to think of all the places I have eaten at. I think I did Paradiso 37, and that was okay. I mean, I wouldn't eat there again just because it was like, you know, it's like standard food. It wasn't awesome. It was just like somewhere to eat. Where else have I gone? I really haven't eaten at too many places there. They had a Hard Rock Cafe at one point. I think that's still there. But yeah, you guys tell him what you think. Yeah, and then there's always your resort restaurants, depending on where you're staying. If you're staying at a moderate or a deluxe resort, there's lots of good places there. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Oh, and people are telling you who was it that had the honeymoon coming up? Was it Holly? Ooh, but they're telling you to split. They're telling you to split the resorts. And yep, split stay. I think it was Holly that said that. And Laura said, heading down to Disney next week, I was just wondering the best way to get from Port Orleans Riverside to the boardwalk for a 9:10 a.m. breakfast reservation at Trattoria Al Forno. I just saw the friendship boats aren't running then, so I'm assuming an Uber would be the best bet, but I'm not sure. I would definitely suggest an Uber or a Lyft, but also keep in mind that the minivans are now going from all of the resorts. So the minivans are $25 flat fee, I believe $25, and they will take you anywhere around Walt Disney World Resort. They are, you know, partnered with Lyft, which is like Uber. And yeah, they are now going from all of the Walt Disney World resorts, including the value resorts, which would include the moderate resorts as well, which is Port Orleans Riverside. So that's an option for you. But, you know, since that's a $25 flat fee, you could probably take an Uber and that'd be cheaper. So that would be your best bet, I think. And then you could just have them drop you off at the Boardwalk Inn and you'd be good to go. You could just walk in, walk out, and then you're there. Are you going to do the breakfast where you meet the princesses and the princes? Because I really want to do that and it sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to take a drink because you can sound, my mouth is all dry. Okay. All right. Ooh, and Holly said, we loved Homecoming. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Called T-Rex directly instead of booking through Disney. That's how I get reservations all the time. That's what Debbie said. Beth said that the boathouse was amazing. So, Chris, that was another suggestion. Polite Pig. Let's see. Yeah. Amy's going in July and is hitting Typhoon Lagoon. Suggest you guys do a blog or video for touring plans around the water parks. They're so helpful. What water park attractions fill up quickly? Which ones to rope drop? That's a really good suggestion. I got to figure out how I can do that without getting my camera wet. When I'm in the parks, I film with my iPhone 10 because it films in 4K. And it's actually better quality than my video camera that I used to film with. I just got to figure out how I can do that because I think it'd be so fun to like film myself going on some of the rides. I just think that'd be super fun. But even if I just, film the attractions and then talk about it, maybe I'll try to do that. Maybe I will. Or Brian, when Brian's there, I could have him do that as well. I think he has filmed from the water parks before, so if he comes on, I will talk to him about that. Yeah, bring it up again if he joins us, okay, Amy? Remember that question? And if you don't mention it again, I'll go back and write that down. All right. Let's see. Scrolling. I think I'm up to date with the questions. Okay. All right. Okay. And then Steve. Okay, Steve, I'm glad that you just asked your question because I was just going to get to the questions that you guys asked ahead of time. And thank you for those of you who are still with me because I know that I said I'd get to the questions sooner, but I had so much fun interacting with you guys. So thank you for your patience. Okay, so Steve's question. I have Cinderella's Royal Table booked for 8:10 on Monday, the 28th of May. What time do you recommend I should be arriving at the front gate? So when I had an 8:05 reservation for Be Our Guest, I was probably walking up to the gate. Gosh, I'd say I was walking like maybe 12 minutes beforehand. I was probably at the front gate, maybe 10 minutes beforehand, which I think I was cutting it a little close. But I'd say 15 minutes should be okay. It really just depends how many people are in your party and how many bags you have to check through security. Just to be safe, I would say getting to the front gate like 15 minutes beforehand, 15 to 20 minutes. Because, you know, when you check in for reservations anyway, they say 15 minutes. So yeah, I think you should be okay with 15 to 20 minutes. 15. Yeah, that should be fine. Because really, I mean, the park doesn't open till 8 anyway. So most people have an hour to burn. I think you should be fine with that. So thank you for re-asking that question. Ooh, and Pamela did point out that the iPhone 10 is water resistant. That gives me something to think about. That's good to point out. And I did drop my phone into a glass of water once. Long story, I was doing dishes. I don't want to get into it. So, and it's fine. I mean, clearly I'm talking to you on here. Okay, I'm going to think about that. All right. Next question. This is by Farah. I would love to know more about riding headliner attractions before park opening with early morning breakfast reservations. As an example, Be Our Guest with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Garden Grill at Epcot with Soarin' or Tusker House at Animal Kingdom with Flight of Passage. Can you walk me through your experience? So, if you guys aren't aware, we have a YouTube channel, which is just TouringPlans on YouTube. And I posted on Tuesday a video about, it's an experiment I tried. So basically I had an early morning reservation at Be Our Guest at 8:05. And I went to see how many attractions I could go on without a FastPass before the park got busy. You know, how many headliner attractions, so like all of the roller coasters and Peter Pan's Flight, those kind of attractions. And so Farah was wondering, you know, like if I could talk to her about my experience and if I've done that, you know, with Epcot or Animal Kingdom, stuff like that. So if you've seen the video, you'll see that I had really good luck with it. So I would suggest going over to our YouTube channel to see how I did at Magic Kingdom. I would definitely, if you want to see me do that with Epcot or Animal Kingdom, do the heart. Push the heart right now. If you want to see me do an early breakfast reservation at either Epcot or Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom, do the hearts right now. If you want me to vlog that and see how many headliner attractions I can get to, do that heart. And then put in the comments which park you want me to cover. Because since I'm going in November, you know, I can do it then. And a lot of people said in the comments, they said, you know, well, what was the crowds like, you know, and you were by yourself, and what would it be like when it was a busier day, and that whole thing. And, you know, November will be busier because it's going to be around Christmas time. So it might be good to try the experiment during a busier time of year, and I'm completely open to that. So if that's something that you want me to do, I will absolutely do that. I'm always open to trying videos that you want to see. Oh, it got really bright all of a sudden. Okay, I should close my blinds. Yeah, so I can definitely do Epcot. If you have a dining reservation in mind that you want me to try to get, you know, I could do like Akershus or Garden Grill if you have a preference. Let me know. I could also do a breakfast review while I'm there. That's what I did for Be Our Guest. I did a breakfast review, which is also on YouTube. I'm like plugging the YouTube channel a lot today. It's probably getting super annoying for you guys, but they're fun for me to film and I like editing them for you. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, it went up a couple days ago. I will also put those in those videos in the comments. Okay, so Joanna, she said, we had an advanced dining reservation for half of our party, and the Disney app wouldn't let us make reservations for the other half of our party somewhere else at the same time. Wondering if that's a rule or just a glitch with the app. This was a reservation made on the My Disney Experience app on the day of the reservation. So I experienced the same problem. So I don't think it's a glitch unless, you know, we both did this on the same time. So what happened to me is my daughter and I want to basically do the same thing that I did in that video with her. So we want to do an early reservation at Be Our Guest and then go on all the rides without a FastPass. So I tried to make an 8 a.m. reservation for her and I, and then at the same time I was going to make an early reservation for my husband and my son at Chef Mickey's. So I made the Chef Mickey's reservation first. And when I tried to make a reservation for my daughter and I found that I couldn't. It wouldn't let me because it's like, oh, you have a reservation at the same time. And I think it's just because Disney doesn't let you make 2 reservations. They used to let you do that. And so people were making like 3 reservations at the same place, and it became all messy. So what you can do, and what I did, is I went into my husband's My Disney Experience account and I made that Chef Mickey's reservation under his account. You know, like his My Disney Experience account, which then freed up mine. And now I'm just waiting for a Be Our Guest reservation to open up for my daughter and I. So that's what I would suggest doing. I don't know if I explained that well. Let me know in the comments and then I can clarify that a little better. But what I would suggest doing is just have someone else in your party go under their My Disney Experience account and make a reservation for those other 4 people at the same time at whatever restaurant they want. Okay. Final answer. And it looks like you guys want me to go to Epcot and you want me to dine at the Garden Grill. Okay, I will do that. Go team. I really like the Garden Grill a lot. I think the food is super good and I've never eaten breakfast there. I've had dinner there and the dinner was delicious, but I will try breakfast. And people are wondering about the eggs and whether they're powdered eggs. So I will double check for you. I mean, if I'm eating there, I might as well check. Okay. And Amy said, when buying tickets for the parks and wanting to use Disney gift cards, how many can you use? And can you use more than one when buying things online? I actually know the exact answer to this and I didn't have to Google it or anything because I contacted Disney directly about this at one point because I was trying to do this. So Disney said that what you can do is go to DisneyGiftCard.com and you can consolidate all of your Disney gift cards into one on that website, and then you can just use that one card to pretty much buy anything. So you can buy tickets or you can buy stuff online, which is what I was trying to do. Instead of having to use like 4 to buy something on the Disney website, you can just consolidate them all into one and then you can just use that one. And you can buy tickets with it, you can pay for rooms, you can do whatever. So yes, you can use Disney gift cards to pay for things. Just go to DisneyGiftCard.com to consolidate them all into one, and then there you go. Do whatever you want from there. Are you guys getting super distracted by this little baseball guy? Because that's all I keep looking at when I'm talking, and I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. This is when you know that like the espresso has kicked in, and I'm just going a little goofy. And Candace said that she paid for the whole trip with gift cards and even your tips. That is crazy, Candace. That's amazing. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and you guys are in Twitter, you guys are terrible in the best way. Because for my birthday, I got a bunch of Disney gift cards before I left because people knew I was going to be there over my birthday. And so I was going on Twitter and I did a Facebook Live too, so you guys are terrible too. And I was showing you, I was like, I'm thinking about getting a Disney purse. I don't know if I should. And I showed you this Dooney and Burke and I was telling you how I had a bunch of Disney gift cards. I'm like, I don't know if I should get it. And all of you on Twitter and all of you on the Facebook Lives were like, you gotta get it, you gotta get it. Worst ever. And between my annual pass discount and all of my gift cards, I paid $5 for it. $5. It was amazing. So like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. Yeah, George knows what I'm talking about because he was one of the bad examples over there. Yeah, he was one of them. But yeah, I mean, Candace knows what's up. Like, you pay with those gift cards and it takes care of a good portion of your bill. Ooh, but Laura made a good point. The max you can have on one card is $1,000. I just did this a few weeks ago. And Target, if you have the Target Red Card, every time you use it, you get 5% off. So when you buy Disney gift cards, couldn't you in theory get 5% off then if you bought it using your Target Red Card, right? because a lot of you guys know those tricks. So if you know any of them and you want to share those tricks, I mean, let us know, because we're all trying to save some money so we can use it to just go on more Disney trips, you know? Beth lives vicariously through my purchases. I try to justify it being like, oh, it's for work. I mean, it's not through work. And can we talk about, while I'm rambling, the new Target line of Disney things and Mickey Mouse things? If you've bought something from Target, please send me pictures on my Twitter at Angela Dahlgren, because I want to see exactly what you've bought, because this stuff is all really cute. Okay, I'm done rambling. I'm sure I'm losing you guys. Let's go through more questions. Let's see. Laura said, is it okay to wear a celebration button, like a birthday button, for 3 days at the parks, like a different park each day? Can you wear your birthday button? She's going to celebrate her birthday, but she's not sure about it. Why not? Why not wear your birthday button the entire time? I mean, I only wore it one day, which was like the day I was celebrating my birthday, but I mean, that was just because I was filming the rest of the days. I would have worn it every day otherwise. You do you. If you want to wear your birthday button your entire trip and you're staying for 2 weeks, do it. Why not? Like, celebrate. That's what it's there for. Disney's about celebrations. And Candace said that you can also get the Disney gift cards discounted from BJ's Wholesale online without a membership. I haven't even heard of BJ's Wholesale. I don't know. Is that in the Midwest? I don't know. And Lynn said the same thing about the wholesale club. So that the $50 card is around $47. You guys know things. Oh, it's like Sam's Club. Okay, we have Sam's Club and we have Costco. Okay, that's good to know. And then Janie said, trying to convince some family to go to Disney immediately after Thanksgiving weekend for the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom and visiting the parks a few days after. How fast do tickets normally sell out for the parties, and how are the crowds and wait times normally the week following Thanksgiving? You know, the week after Thanksgiving really isn't that bad as far as crowds and wait times. Sorry, I just hit the garbage can. As far as the Christmas parties and, you know, how busy they are, Brian does an annual video for the Halloween party and for the Christmas party, and he tells you the best times, like the best party dates to go as far as the least crowded, the most busy party dates. So look out for those videos. I know that because the Halloween party starts in August this year, that video should be coming in the next, couple months, next few months. But, so yeah, look out for those videos as far as the least crowded holiday parties, because he will know more about that, and that's his thing. I gotta stop saying And then Jeff said, we're going to be at Epcot on May 31st, a few days after the end of Flower and Garden. I understand that the outdoor kitchens will no longer be there, but will the topiaries and landscaping still be in place? Yeah, they'll normally be in place a few days afterwards, because they're up a few days before the Flower and Garden, so they'll leave them up a few days afterwards as well. So you should be okay there. Let's see. Laura Lee said, I hear so many conflicting accounts of wait times during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. In late September, are they like a regular park day or much, much shorter? So the kind of rule of thumb for the Halloween party is that it gets busier. The parties are busier the closer it gets to Halloween. So if you go in September or August, the parties aren't going to be as busy as, like I said, the closer to Halloween. As far as wait times, they're really not that bad, and it kind of comes down to what's a priority for you. Like if your priority is meeting the characters, then you're going to want to do that. If you're going to focus on the rides and kind of avoid the parades and the fireworks, then, going on the rides, it's really not going to be that bad of a wait. But again, if you're going on like the 31st, it's going to be busy and the rides lines are going to be a little longer. But still, the park's nowhere near normal capacity. So the lines aren't going to be as crazy as it would normally be. Kathy, I know I've asked about this before. Have you heard any more about soft openings or pass holder previews for Toy Story Land? I keep hearing that they are behind, so there will be no early previews besides cast members. We will be there the 19th to the 21st. This is always a really hard question to answer because there's no real answer. It's so hard with these, these new lands opening because you just never know. you know, with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it was done, I believe, a little earlier. So they had a longer, I guess, like 10 days or something. They had much longer time for these soft openings where people could go on the ride and, you know, experience it, where Pandora was opened a little like behind schedule. So there really wasn't that much time for these previews. And because Toy Story Land could be behind or is behind, you know, it's just like we don't know. And I know that's like such a frustrating answer. I know that we have our bloggers who are going to be sticking around that time just in case. And I know it's frustrating. Like, I'm talking right now and I'm frustrated with myself because I can't give you a good answer. But the answer is we don't really know. But, you know, just keep a lookout the week or two before it opens, and we will definitely inform you the minute we hear something, especially Ricky's articles. She's always the first on the scene, and definitely check out our Twitter at TouringPlans because we're going to be alerting you there as well. So just keep an ear open. Sorry, I know it's frustrating. Let's see. John said, have you any idea why the second week of March is so busy next year? Park crowds showing a 10 for the full week, which caught us by surprise. Luckily, we're there for 3 weeks. I do not know the answer of that. Oh, the second week of March. It could be an Easter thing. What is Easter early? Or Easter's either really early or really late next year. And unless I'm pulling up a calendar, I can't tell you which, but I know it's one of the two. Super helpful. But it could be an Easter issue. It could also be a spring break issue. I will look into that and I'll respond. Also, I didn't say that this stream, but if I don't answer your questions or if I don't know the answer, I always go back at the end of the stream throughout the day and answer any questions that I didn't know. So I will look into that for you, John, and see if I can come up with a good, you know, answer for you. And yeah, I'll ask the stats guys. We really want to see Jack and Sally in August. What time do they start meet and greets? So this is from Gary. So typically meet and greets start around 7. Typically, although they have started the Christmas parties like at 6 now. So typically the meet and greets start around 7, but people will line up as early as 5:30 if they really want to meet people, because those lines form fast for, you know, Jack and Sally and Jack Sparrow and the Seven Dwarves. Those lines will form really fast, so people will line up super quickly. And I have Halloween videos that I've done. I'm thinking about doing a Halloween video this year. I wonder if it's a little redundant because I've made so many the past few years. If you want to see one, I can definitely make another one this year. Let me know. But yeah, so around 7. People line up around 5:30. It just depends how bad you want to see them, how much of a priority it is. John said Easter's really late next year, April 16th. Okay, so it's really late. Yeah, so I will look into that answer for you. All right. Well, I mean, I can talk about the news if you want. Otherwise, I mean, there's really not much to report. I kind of talked a little bit about it already as far as the minivans are available at all of the resorts. All 3 tracks are opening for Toy Story Mania. So before they were down to 1 track and no FastPass Plus reservations were available. On May 20th, all 3 tracks will be available again and you'll be able to make FastPass Plus reservations, which is good news. However, Toy Story Mania is then going to close in June, from like June 11th to June 18th to like completely complete Toy Story Land. That doesn't even make sense. So, you know, that doesn't really help anyone out very much. But yeah, I mean, there's really not a ton of news this week. It's kind of been kind of news light. But Don and Fair both have things to say. Are the Halloween party days typically low crowd days at Magic Kingdom for regular guests? The thing about the Magic Kingdom days is that the park closes early. You know, like guests for the Halloween parties can get in at 4 p.m. without needing a Magic Kingdom park ticket. They can just use their regular party ticket for that. Are they typically low crowd days? I'll have to look into that because since I only go to the park on days when I have a ticket, I don't ever look at the crowds because I'm like, well, I'm going for the party. So let me check on that and I'll get back to you. Don said heading to Disney December 1st to the 7th. You're going to the party on the 2nd. We are not doing the park hopper. Would you do Magic Kingdom on the day of the party, or would you check out a different park? I would honestly pick a different park just because you're not going to have the full day. You know, you're going to have to be out of there by like 6 p.m. And so say the park opens at 9, you only have from 9 to 6. So I would pick a different park and do Magic Kingdom a different day when you have until like 9 to 9 or 9 to 11 or something. That's what I would do, especially if you don't have the park hopper. So that's what I think. Otherwise, I think we're done with this Facebook Live. I'm so happy that you joined me today. It was so fun just chit-chatting with you guys one-on-one. I don't get to do this enough, so I really enjoyed the time with you. Next week, we're going back to Harry Potter, so if you haven't watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, please do that. Let me know if you're liking that series. I'm really curious for you guys who are or who are not Harry Potter fans. I am curious about that. Otherwise, like I said, I'll go back and answer any questions that I couldn't get to. I'm slowly developing my Disney knowledge more and more day by day, so yes. Otherwise, have a great weekend, have a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.